back here on Monday, Labor Day. I think it's Labor Day. Anyway, we came in Saturday and sprayed the Bronco tub. Basically, I just let it sit. I had this little fan sitting there running and just kind of circulating air over the top of this thing overnight to kind of let it, well, actually Saturday night, Sunday night, and then came in Monday. So, but basically that first few hours I just like to have some air moving in here just to kind of keep it from like solvent popping. Helps pull some of the gas out, even though I had the fan running for about an hour or so after we cleared it. It just helps. I think it helps. Hell, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna come back on the doors. We're gonna hang the doors back. Sorry about that. Come back and kind of back tape all this here, basically where it's gray, and then in here we're gonna spray all this color, and then all inside here. So we'll back tape our holes up, and then back tape our fenders so we don't get too much overspray on the inside of those fenders that we've already bed lined. Kind of the same thing on the doors, but first I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to back tape. I'm going to put a piece of tape basically kind of like that, and then something on the inside about like that. Try to do a nice thin, 3/4 inch to 3/16 inch overlap this lip here where it's we don't get no moisture down here. So basically what we'll do is we'll come back with our, there's a little moisture in there. Oh, I just waxed and greased it. Wax and grease this, obviously, clean it, and then tape this to where we have a little bit of a line in there going over the top of that, and then we'll seam seal that. And the reason I'm using the tape on each side is that I can do a nice straight line, so it's not all like wobbly. And then I'll peel, and then I'll take a rag and smear that as smooth as I can, and then come back and peel the tape, and we should have a really nice thin, not very tall, not very wide seam seal around this entire door, and that'll kind of seal up our edges here. So I'll come back over this thing a little bit, look it over real quick before I do that. Wax and grease it, back tape it, seam seal it, and that's immediately ready for paint, but even though it'll probably be another hour before we start painting. So that should be good and tacked up. And then we'll hang the doors up on our rack and set everything right here, and hopefully get some sealer, base, and clear on these before the day's over. So that's the plan.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control in me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes.
Alright, so we got that stuff all taped up, ready to rock, and wax and greased. I'm going to suit up before I tack it, just so none of the lint comes off of my shirt or anything I've got stuck to me. And then I'm going to clean this area up. Looks like I was in a hurry to get out of here. And then we're going to mix up some of our tintable sealer, and we're going to spray about two light coats of sealer on that. Pretty warm, so it should flash pretty quick. I think they say 20 minutes to top coat. I'll give it about 30, just a little extra to kind of keep it, just to be sure that it's all the way cured. And then let's see, tack that down. I'll mix up my sealer right now, let it sit in the cup for, well, I don't know, however long it takes me to suit up and tack all that stuff down. So probably 5 minutes or so. Plus it just kind of lets it like introduce itself to the products, let them introduce you to each other. And then I'll get suited up and get some rubber gloves and go spray a coat of sealer on these doors and fenders.
You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change.
First coat, or 2 coats of sealer. Now we're going to give that about 20 minutes, 30 minutes more to kind of just kick off. I did have to go back and wet sand. I somehow have left a little piece of tape in there. You probably see me scratching at it. So I let that kick, come back, wet sanded that area with some 800, dusted it, and then went over the whole entire door again to get 2 coats of sealer. And now, I know I've talked about tenon sealers and stuff before. Hopefully you can see with this light, but this is this tint. This is the sealer tinted, and this is the base color. So I'm just going like 1 or 2 shades lighter. Darker with this. You could probably actually add a little black base. I think it's easier to cover a little bit lighter color with a darker color than it is to cover a darker color with a lighter color. That makes sense. So when I just picked the one that looked a little bit lighter and also the closest to our boxwood green. So I'm gonna make up some bass, just let that sit, give that some time to kind of gas off and set up, and then we'll put another coat of, then we'll start spraying our Diamond bass.
Let me show you what's up, 'cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement.
All right, got that all painted. Just come over here and let the air kind of gas out, looking this thing over. It's a little more orange peely than I was hoping for. Obviously, we're always trying to get as smooth as we possibly can, but it'll cut and polish real nice. It'll dry right there. Just trying to see. That clear is weird because if I spray here, hog it down, and I come over here, sometimes it'll have like the overspray. It just doesn't quite melt in like, almost like you think you would. You need to hammer it on super wet, but then if you do that, you got chances of runs. So I don't know. I almost should mix some more up and hit that right there, but I'm afraid of everything else getting weird. So anyway, I'm gonna let that gas out. Call the video done here. If you like this type of stuff, give me a like and subscribe. Comment below. Remember, you out there and create something today, even if it sucks. Peace.